Guys, got some new shoes on the SCX-10 Blue Gladiator. These are the brand new, at the time of this recording, brand new JConcepts Rock Block tires. They're a dead ringer for the Micky Thompson Baja Boss tire, which is one of the most popular tires in one-to-one rock crawling. When I saw these, I had to pick them up because when I replace my tires on my one-to-one Gladiator and I go to 40s, this is the exact tire that I'm planning to buy. So great tire and proven performance in real-world conditions. Really excited to see how they do in the 10th scale here. Now, this is a 4.75 inch tire. It's in the green compound, which is their super soft and sticky compound. Does not disappoint here. These things are ultra soft, very sticky. I'm running the Proline dual stage foams in here and I almost feel like the Prolines don't quite fill them out like they should. I got a lot of wrinkle in these tires, a lot of squish here. And you'll see from the run footage, I've had this out on the rocks a bunch over the weekend. You'll see in the run footage we get tons of tire fold in this, even with the dual stage foams. I did want to swap those out because the foams that come in these out of the package are very soft. So these could be a good candidate for a printed insert, something that fills that up a little bit more. Nonetheless, they look fantastic. Love the look of these tires. JConcepts did a great job with these tires. These are recommended as a directional tire, and JConcepts has given us labeling on each tire, so depending on which one you get, there's a 405L or 405R labeled on the tire. That's going to designate the recommended left or right placement on the. So first impressions, love the look of these tires. Love the feel of them out of the bag. Let's go check out the run footage now. Like I said, I ran this all weekend with Axel. We had a great time out on the rocks, out on the trails, out in the sand. So let's go check out the run footage and you can see these things in action. And then I'll circle back with you to wrap this up. All right, guys, check it out. Here we are at Crawler Heaven, trying out these new tires. This is a gatekeeper into the more technical section of the crawler track. This is a very technical section, although it doesn't look it, made more complicated by the fact that it's covered in sand. So it's wet, slippery, cold, and sandy. The combination made it very tricky, but I found with these tires that slowing it down, really using the brushless power from this motor system, as you'll see, when muscling it through didn't work, I found that really slowing it down was able to find traction with these tires. They seem to really like the rocks at that ultra slow speed. Here we go. You can kind of see, just let it creep until those lugs find grip, and then they'll bite and haul you over the obstacle.
I had to push mine.
Coming over this section here, there was no tire that was going to save me, I don't think. Just too slippery. You can see they start to push, and I grabbed the truck right there and rescue it. Hand of God action. Get a little reset here, heading into Bicycle Bridge. Found that the tires worked good on this section. The longer wheelbase of the Gladiator got me hung up here. I got high centered on this rock. It made it challenging, but able to launch up and over here eventually. Pick a different line and finally work my way through. Let those tires grab and do their thing. And going through Bicycle Bridge. So the tires look excellent. They perform great in this section here. Love the flex of the SCX-10 Gladiator. Love this truck so much. This is another one of my favorite sections for the 10th scales on this course, but I found that the tires really struggled here. As you'll see coming up into this section, I'm almost always able to get through here pretty clean, even with the Gladiator. I haven't had a lot of issues here, but for some reason this was extremely challenging during this section, and I just could not get enough bite to get through here. I'd get stuck in this hole right here, and I couldn't get that rear driver's side tire to bite enough on that slick surface to get me out of there. And here you'll see, after multiple attempts one last, I was getting frustrated there, full centered into that rock, but finally had to take a bypass here to go around because I just wasn't able to pull that line. Coming into a newer section of the course here, it says underneath bicycle bridge. As the sun was coming out, things were starting to dry out. I was getting better traction here. I was able to walk up this fairly technical section as well. You can see it getting a lot of tire wrinkle in that section, but going up there clean. And then coming up this side, there's this off-camber, really slick rock there. Got good traction, good bite. And then coming up over this wooden bridge section here as well. Pretty pleased here with how the tires held on that decline, on that slippery rock at the bottom. And then coming up through here, difficult to tell from the camera angle, but this is a really gnarly, steep off-cambered section here. Was able to navigate it pretty quickly. So again, as the conditions improved, the tires got better. They were also probably getting scrubbed in a little more as the day went on. Now we hit the trails, so we got to see one of the things I noticed right off the bat, and you'll see here, getting a lot of push from the front end. You see it pushing off the trail there. I found that in the trails and in the loose soil, I'd lose traction in the front end, and I'd miss my line fairly frequently. In situations like that, the front end would just push away. Here's one section that I wanted to try for fun. Never been able to get up this with any of my rigs. Was hoping the Gladiator with the longer wheelbase could do it, but was just too slick. Was not able to get the bite on that slippery sandy rock. Was also having a lot of trouble with my bumper hanging up on the bottom. Wasn't able to do this line today, unfortunately. Going through the trails, man, we had a blast out here. Truck looks so good out on these trails. Had a lot of fun with Axel out here. As you can see, I'm really babying the truck through here because it just would slide and push pretty significantly. But on this section, I was very impressed with the tires, utilizing that slow speed approach. Even though the tires were caked with dirt and mud, able to creep up over this rock here, and once over, it was able to hook up on the other side, start to pull me over. Yep, right there, and you almost see the front tires grabbing that tree as well, looking for traction. Thought I was going to make this, but ultimately had to pull cable here to get up over this rocky section. Any chance I get to use my scale winch, I'm going to take it, because it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
Coming into the end of this trail network here, it runs along the whole top of this ridge, getting into some real sandy soil here. This is another instance where the front end would just push, and you'll see it coming through that, trying to stick that line where that berm is. Just can't get the front end in there, and just pushes away. Lost my line there big time. Here we are at the end of the trail, this cool kind of overhang here. You overlook the whole crawler heaven and all the terrain and everything down there. Crawled up onto Axel's tire for a good photo op here. Had a lot of fun. These tires are great. I think they're definitely more at home on the rocks. Probably, nice, smooth, dry rocks is where they're going to shine. But I'll keep testing them. But nonetheless, they looked awesome. We had a great time out there. Really glad I got them.
We're on the top of the world.
Super cool. All right, so we're going to go back through the woods.
All right, guys, had a great time with this truck. Really dig these tires. They did not disappoint. Took a little while to find the right driving style to maximize performance out of these on the rocks. I am looking forward to getting them out there in drier conditions. It was still very wet and slippery out on the rocks and the terrain that we drove it on. I'm anxious to see how it does in different conditions, but I'll keep testing them. But first impressions, really dig them. These are competitively priced at about 29 bucks a set. I'll put the link in the description down below if you're interested in picking some up for yourself. I grabbed a bunch of JConcepts tires recently. I also got the Tusk 1.9s, which I'm running on my SCX10 Pro. Love these tires too. And while I was in Maine on vacation, scooped up a set of the megalithics. So if you guys are interested in learning more about these tires, the Tusk or the megalithics, let me know. I'm happy to do more videos like this as I get into these tires. I'm on a wicked tire kick lately and having a ton of fun, so happy to share. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you think of these tires on here, the new Rock Blocks? And as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done so, and I'll see you in the next video.